Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel, and what I have here for you today is the amazing Olight R50 Seeker. This flashlight is unlike any flashlight I've ever reviewed here at the Gear Obsession channel. It puts out 2,500 lumens. It utilizes a huge 26650 battery that is 4,500 milliamp hours. It is rechargeable right inside, so you don't have to have a special charger for that huge battery. And it's all for an amazing price of $120. I went ahead and put the links below where you could get it either from Amazon or you could get it right from Olight. If you don't want the charger, you can get this for even $10 cheaper, again, on Amazon. Just check out the links that I provide in the description box below, where you could also find all the specifications, so if I miss anything, it's down there. Now, Olight did send me this flashlight for review, full disclosure. However, they didn't pay me anything, and I always give you an honest review. I'm going to give you the good and the bad. Here's the box that it came in. I'm going to go ahead and show you the back. If you want to go ahead and freeze the video, well, you can read that. Lots of good information there. There's even a barcode that if you want to scan off the screen, let you freeze that so you can look up more information. 5-year warranty. Promise. Not just a warranty, but a promise. And I got to tell you, this is a quality product. Even the packaging seems high quality. Little magnetic tab there. Little pull tabs. It's almost like an Apple experience unpacking. So battery's already inside. We'll be taking a look at that. You could also pull this box out and you get all these goodies. You get a manual. Important. Please read, because there are a lot of features in here, but they are all pretty easy to get to. You also get the charger, and this is a 2.1 amp 5 volt charger, so you could use this for just about anything. Since I'm in the US, they have this piece that you sort of add on, so it's regular 110, but I guess if you're in the UK, they have the other one for the 220 deal with the two round prongs on there. Very nice. You get a 1 meter USB cable, and it's a little micro USB standard on one side. And it does feel nice. I mean, it's thick, it's not thin. It has a little Velcro thing to wrap it all up with. So very, very nice deal there. And they give you a nice Olight lanyard with the little locky thing. So let's go ahead and get to the flashlight. Let's start from the top down. How about that? So what you're looking at is a anti-reflective lens. You can see that little purplish color going on there. From what I understand, it's actually coated on both sides. Next, you have a shallow orange pure reflector. So what this means to me is that this flashlight is a good flood. You'll spread the light out. So it's not a thrower where it throws the light downrange super far in a spot. It's going to give us a nice flood. Now, the emitter down there that does that amazing 2,500 lumens is the Cree XHP-50. I don't know if we could take a look there. But there it is. And it looks like it's divided into 4 parts. I don't know if you could see that. Maybe right there. Alright, next we have some heat dissipating fins. Then you have your button that's used to both turn it on and off, as well as cycle through your modes. Then you have some nice knurling along the aircraft grade aluminum body. Has nice anodized finish. And then you have your tail cap. And in that tail cap is this rubber piece you can pull back and charge. And this is where I'm going to show you how easy it is to charge this. So you just get your micro USB, you just plug it into there, just like that. And you can see it's sort of glowing red right now, right there. When that turns green, it means it's fully charged. That's simple. You just pull that out and close her up. Make sure, especially if you're going to get near water, that you close it up real good, because this is waterproof, IPX8 standard, which is 2 meters or 6.5 feet. It's also impact resistant to a meter, which is about 3 1/3 foot. Now let's go ahead and remove the tail cap and see what powers this beast. Nice smooth threads. You can see there's your normal contact and you got this extra one. And we'll talk about that here in a moment. Nice greased threads. Look like square threads maybe. Yeah, and you got an O-ring there. Let you take a look down there. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything. There we go. And here's is the power. This is truly amazing. I'm just going to bring in a 18650 battery just so you can see a comparison between the two. It's a trip. Let me see, what other batteries do I have here? I got something that's like a AA. That's about the size of a AA battery. Look at the difference. So that's, you know, why this thing can throw so much light so long. It's because that Cree emitter as well as this monster battery. Now this 26650 battery is a little proprietary. Now you could use a normal 26650 battery if you call one of these normal, but you won't be able to do the internal charging unless you have the Olight version, because you can see there's two contacts here on the negative side. You have the middle one, which is your normal one, and then you have this outer one, and you can see on the tail cap you have the two that will intercept those right there. So that's why you could charge internally. So see, they got a little arrow here. It means it goes this way. Positive side in first. And then we'll go ahead and put that tail cap on there. And let's see, they have some holes right there. That's where you can put the lanyard if you want to. Now, let's talk about a couple of cons here, because I've been testing this for a couple of weeks now, and I know everything about this flashlight. Now, the first thing is, it rolls. Yeah. So, I don't like it when flashlights could just roll away so easily. I mean, they have like a nut-shaped thing going on here, but it doesn't contact the ground. The parts that are contacting the surface are all round, so it can roll away. Don't put this on the hood of your car or anything like that. By the way, this is good for the car. It's good for camping. It's good for police. It's good for everything. I mean, this flashlight is really good for anything. The only thing it's missing to call it tactical is it doesn't have a crown bezel, but besides that it has everything else. Really amazing. Another thing that I don't like, the only other thing that is driving me a little crazy is the lowest light. And I'll go ahead and turn this on right now. All I did was hit that button and it turns on, and you can see even the low light is pretty powerful. It's 50 lumens, so you don't have a firefly mode. So if you're in the car and you turn this on and it's like really dark, it's going to wipe out your night vision pretty quick. There is one other con. So you got a total of 3. The last con is it has no momentary, because it's a reverse clicky, so you can't do momentary with this. So that's it. Those are the only 3 things I don't like. Now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about all the good. I mean, everything else is just freaking awesome about this. Now, let's go ahead and run through the dimensions really quick. This is 5 1/4 inches long. The head is 1.65 inches in diameter. The body is 1 1/4 inches in diameter, and it weighs 9 ounces with the battery. So it has a little bit of heft, but pretty good. Now, let's go through the Lumens and Runtime. Instead of me just saying them all, I'm just going to put them right up here as I demonstrate how to operate the flashlight and run through these. Now, I want you to take note of 2 things up here. Where it says high, you can see how it gets to 1200 lumens and then backs off to 800 after 12 minutes. And then also in the turbo mode, it starts out at 2500 lumens, and then after 2 minutes it backs off to 800 lumens. So it doesn't maintain it until the battery's dead. It starts out at those settings and then backs off. Now, turning it on, press the button. You can see it's definitely a flood. You can see how the angles of that, how it's spreading out. Now, To cycle through the modes, the low, the medium, the high, all you do is press and hold the button and it will cycle through low, medium, high, low, medium, high, low, medium, high. We'll go to medium. So that's how you sort of change the modes, and that's how you operate it. When you turn it off, it turns off. Click it again, it goes back on to whatever of the three you had it on last. So in this case, it comes on medium. Now let's say I want to go to the highest setting, that turbo. All I do is double click. Bang. Now, if I turn it off and turn it back on, it's not going to come back on in turbo. It's going to come back on in the medium mode. You could even go to turbo from off. So I have it off, double click, turbo. Double click, turbo. There we go. Now there's one more mode that I didn't talk about, and that's the strobe mode. Now if you're subject to seizures because of strobes, here's your warning in 3 seconds. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to press the button 3 times, or just just fast click it until it starts doing it. See, I only did it twice. There we go. And there we go, strobe. It's a single frequency strobe. Goes pretty good, very disorienting. What I like about it is that you don't have to sequence to get the strobe. You just click that button a bunch of times and it goes to strobe. So you practically have instant access to that strobe. So if you need to defend yourself, just click like crazy and it'll start. Pretty neat. Now another feature, which is not on my notes but I know it exists, is the lockout feature. Like let's say you have this in your pocket. That button could be pressed and inadvertently turned on. That could be a problem. So if you press and hold the button like that, and you could see that it turned on for a second and turned off. See that? It's not coming on. Now if I press and hold it again, now it's on. So for a lockout, while the thing is off, press and hold the button. You'll see it flash once, and then you know your lockout is working. So you got to press and hold it again, and now you're back in your normal mode. Now there's one other kind of cool thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it's locked. When it's locked out, you see that? Red light comes on. So when you're in lockout mode and you hit the button, if you see that red, that means it's locked out. The other cool thing is that this thing can glow. I don't know if you could see a slight glow going on around the ring. When we get outside, maybe when it's dark, maybe we can see that. But we can't see it now. So let's go ahead and go outside. And let me make sure this thing is in, whoops, I've got to press and hold it. Unlock it. Let's go outside and see what this thing could do. We're outside my backyard. It is nighttime. You can hear the crickets. I have a fence line that you're going to be seeing. That's about 20 yards away. I'm going to go ahead and hit the flashlight, and that is the lowest setting. And you can see that it has no problem lighting that fence line way down there. So this is what I was talking about, no firefly mode. There is no way to save your night vision with this flashlight unless you physically put some sort of filter on it. Let's go ahead and bump it up to medium. Pretty amazing. Let's bump it up to high. Even more amazing. And here we go, the moment of truth, turbo. This is insane. Now, I'm going to tip this down, and you can see that how big this flood is. You know, you got a nice spot there, but the flood, the coverage of this flood is freaking amazing. Just so you can see there, I could have this spot off camera. You could see, you know, I just barely have it off camera. You can see it's lighting half the trees in the frame there. So, really amazing. Now let's go ahead and take a look down, like down this tree line here. You can see that it's, you know, even though it's not a thrower, it's still, even though it's a flood, it's really throwing some light down range there. That is pretty amazing. I'm trying to get the light in the frame there. There we go. So, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I have pink flamingos. Now the last thing I want to do is just show you what that beam looks like if I were to direct it. That is really, really crazy. Alright, now I told you that the ring around the thing glows. There we go. So you can see how, I guess it has a little bit of glowing material inside around the rim of the reflector. That's pretty cool. You know, it's photoluminescent. It's probably will glow for a little while. I can already see it sort of dimming a little bit. But that's a cool touch. That's a cool touch. Now, remember I said that you could lock this out? I'm going to press and hold this button. And now if I hit my button, you can definitely see that red light. And again, you can see you can see that glow. But you can see if I press the button and it turns red, that means it's locked. Press and hold it again. And now I'm working. So, absolutely amazing. Go ahead and bump it up the turbo one more time. Let you take a look. Let's go ahead and just look at the trees up there. Try to hit the top of the trees. I got some pretty tall trees. Look at that. That is just amazing. Be calling in the mothership with this thing. Look at that. Uses as a spotlight on my camera. So let's say you're sitting on the pot and the electricity goes out. Well, you could grab your R50 seeker, turn on the light, and it can tail stand and light the entire room. So we're about to wrap up this video, and I'm going to recommend this flashlight. I mean, for $120 to get this flashlight with the battery included, 2,500 lumens, that's 2,500 lumens in a rechargeable setup with immaculate, impeccable build quality. I mean, this thing is put together solid. I could do nothing but recommend this flashlight. Just remember, it's not really a tactical flashlight, but it's everything else. It could be everything else. The only cons were it rolls, no momentary, and what was the last one? I forget. Oh, it doesn't have a firefly mode, so you're going to lose your night vision. But other than that, everything else is here in your hand. And for a 2650 battery, and for it to be this size, this is about as small as you could get with that battery. With that amount of power, it's amazing that it's in something this size. I mean, I had recently reviewed another flashlight that was like half the Lumens that was a monster. It's pretty amazing that Olight got it down to this. So, highly, highly, highly recommend it. The links are below. If I missed any features or specifications or anything like that, it's below. You could also freeze frame the box. You could see this thing is high quality from the box to everything that's included and the flashlight. So, recommend it. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and SpaghettiOs, especially you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.